What the shell is up, everybody? It's Video Game Turtle here, and today we're talking about video game remasters and why they suck. There's many great examples of this, but I figure, why not talk about the one that's about to come out? Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles is releasing in just a couple of weeks here. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, it's an old game, so it's got to be affordable, right? Well, have I got news for you. I have bought every single iteration of this game. I'm a huge fan of it, and so I'll go over the prices that I spent for each title. First off, I bought Final Fantasy Tactics for PS1 at a bargain bin in the local mall for $20. I liked the game so much I bought the PSP War of the Lions version on release years later for $35. I even bought the iOS store version years after that for $20. This new Ivalice Chronicles version, it's listed on the store for 67 Canadian pesos. Now, you're probably wondering, how has the price of what is essentially the same game doubled or even tripled in price from its previous iterations? Why would it do that? Some people might suggest, oh, it's just inflation. And you might have a point there. It was first released in 1998, then to PSP in 2007, to mobile in 2011, and now we're here, 14 years from the last time it was touched. But the last time it was touched, it actually went down in price because it understood it was just a re-release on mobile. This time, they must really think they have something special, so let's judge it like it's supposed to be special. Starting out with the inflation argument, let's take a look at what you can buy pre-owned physical versions of these games for right now in 2025 through price charting. Notice that you can buy the PS1 version of the game for around $30 and the PSP version of the game for roughly $20. Both iterations of the game made PlayStation's greatest hits lineup, so there's plenty of copies still floating around. Where's the inflation here? The original games are still going for nearly the same price on the market as their release 30 years ago. Not to mention, the possibility to emulate on your PC has made this game already more accessible than ever. They're not doing anybody a service by re-releasing these remastered games because anybody with either half an empty brain or wallet can still access and play them. Now, when remastering a game from the PlayStation 1 era, the first thing people might expect is better graphics. Well, allow me to present to you the game's first promotional announcement trailer. There's just one thing I'd like to ask. Corporate wants you to find the difference between these side-by-side videos. Did you spot the difference? Are you seeing it? You might be having a hard time, and I can't really blame you because the truth here is they're very close to being the exact same. I can't really figure it out, so why not have the art director explain it himself? Here's his interpreter. Please tell us what you actually added.
When it comes to this game, we also added, effects that sort of give a little bit more depth of field. So there's a little bit more of a blur on objects that are placed farther to the camera. And in a similar matter, when it came to certain scenes, such as like the boss scene that is shown on screen right here, we also added different, lighting effects to be able to kind of give a more intimidating atmosphere to it.
Alright, let's see here. What can we do? Time to remaster. Yes, we do like that blur effect. Gotta have that. I love blur. It just makes things so much more difficult to see. And now, let's make things scary because we're in a boss room, alright? We've gotta be scary, so, yeah, I'm thinking we go red. Just add a little bit of red in there, just blast that thing. And, yeah, right about there. That should do it. That'll make them nice and scared anyways. So, yeah, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been remastered. Yes, I am the next form you can ship me and sell me for twice the price, baby, because this is next-gen graphics. Right, so now that we've established just how great the graphics are, let's move on to the next big thing they've advertised. The voice acting. Even though the English release already had voice acting and it was very good and nobody had a problem with it, they decided, yep, let's do that over because we are not a video game development company, we're actually just a recording studio. So, without further ado, let's listen to a clip from the second official video they released, the story trailer, as it was the first to feature the voices.
The Order has been commanded to undertake an operation to eliminate the brigade.
All right, lads. Cut through these and we're as good as fled.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. We got ourselves two voices that sound the exact same here. I'm pretty sure that was the same guy voicing two different characters, and it was the first gameplay line in the trailer. You know what? Maybe I'm just imagining things. Let's listen to the rest of the clip. My only sister is taken by cutthroats, and you would have me calm. I would not go to my way to rescue some common maid. Oh, how dare you! Oh my god,
Wow.
that's just how
Devs,
I imagined it in my
listen.
head.
A
The
must
devs
to play.
listened. They have
It's
the perfect
everything we
cast. What a
wanted.
masterpiece. All right, so yeah, totally not one guy doing multiple voices. Let's just take a look at the cast list and we'll go from there. So it is true there is more than one person playing this entire cast, but unfortunately I don't recognize any of the names. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, look who it is. Look who it is. I think I found somebody I recognize, and he's playing a minor antagonist. Seriously, why dice it dark for this guy? He shows up barely at the start of the game with just a small handful of lines, and then once towards the end of the game with a battle, and that's it. But there's more significant antagonists to be had in this game. I'm thinking, Ygraph, even Elmdor gets more action. Heck, you could have this guy play Delita. He'd be good at that too. Even somebody more sinister like Argath, Algus, whatever you want to call him. There's more important roles for somebody of this magnitude who's a star of the mainline Final Fantasy XVI as Clive and the star of the wildly successful Expedition 33 Verso. He has, all pun intended, been a star. He's made to play the main roles, and you've got 10 other characters more important than Daisatarg. But no, let's have this minor antagonist advertise the game for our audience. Man, Square Enix is crazy. It'll take more than just one star on the cast list to make me buy this game.
It's going to be absolutely brilliant. How do I know? Because I'm in it.
Okay, I'm convinced I'm buying the game. But before I do, let's see if there's anything that I missed. Checking the official Japanese website, they actually had the audacity or the foolishness to list all of their enhanced features. Let's take a look. Fully voiced, you can listen to your minute and a half of Ben Starr. Give us a UI renewal, said nobody ever. High resolution, I can now see PS1 graphics in 4K, baby. Extensive rewriting, yes, we made a great story, so let's rewrite it. Various balance adjustments, how about you leave my TG Sid the OP badass powerhouse he was. Nobody respected their elders like the original Final Fantasy Tactics. Refine your movie. How about you add new ones or else I'm not even buying popcorn. Sound novel? I can tell you nobody plays this game to read a sound novel. Chant when performing an ability that was in the original game. I want to know where to buy items and weapons. Well, it's literally the first option in the town menu. I want to train my units. I wish you would have told that to the Tactics Ogre remake team and their crappy level cap. You want to be able to turn back and reorganize your team? You haven't experienced this game unless Ygraph has bricked your save file. I want to develop a wide variety of units. An actual good one, it expands the roster to 50. I want to know the conditions for unlocking jobs. Well, that's what the internet and your friends are for. Actual downgrade. It's a lot more fun when it's a surprise. I want to use different job and ability combinations. You only need one. I want to make the units I use most stand out. You could already sort them by HP level and other abilities. You want to change the main character's costume? Don't we all? The only problem here is it's going to cost you a pre-order or a deluxe edition. Yikes. I want to delete the monster eggs that have multiplied. I think Bob Barker would be proud of this one. I want to play at a difficulty level that suits me. I beat this game when I was 10 years old. Why is casual in here? And I heard that in tactical they straight up removed some abilities, and I hate censorship, so I guess I'm playing this on normal. When placing units, I want them to suit the surrounding situation. I guess this makes sense. It's one of the few good things they actually added. I want to check the order of my opponent's actions and their ranges. Yeah, this is also good. I'll take that one. They added a bird's eye view. This is stupid and unnecessary, given you could already rotate and zoom in and out the map. I want to mark the enemy's movement and ranges. Why not? I love copying Fire Emblem. I want to play at a good tempo, actual best edition they've ever made. A lot of us don't have too much time these days. As a turtle, I have to compensate and play on max speed. And if I somehow can't finish a battle on that max speed, autosaves are now a thing. For those of you too lazy to hit a button, there is now event scene autoplay. If you're terrible at interpreting the things happening around you in the story, they now have this lore mode, so it literally tells you everything going on. They added a theater mode where you can replay some of the few movies there are. And lastly, more tutorials and tips and tricks if casual mode wasn't enough of a joke for you. Okay, so I've gone and I've summarized everything here, and from a glance, it seems like a lot of stuff, right? But I can't help but feel like something's missing, like something big is missing here in all of these features. What am I thinking of? I know. Let me pull out the old PSP version of the game I had from my cold storage and take a look at the back cover here. Now this is what I'm talking about. Experience new CG cinematics, meet new characters, explore new jobs and missions, wage new multiplayer battles, behold a new legend. This speaks to me. This is what I want in my remasters, and strangely, it's missing from all of the things that they've listed here on their website. So I want everybody to ask themselves, which feature list is better? Which would you want to buy and play? For me, the answer is actually very obvious. I like the right side. If I were to sum up everything on the left side here, the Ivalice Chronicles, it comes down to minor polish, while as the right side, I would say, is major content. It's like the difference between polishing a car and buying a brand new one. It's night and day. To make this situation even more frustrating, they're not even including all of the good stuff in the War of Alliance. They're striking out the new characters, the new missions, the new jobs. The multiplayer battles and the co-op battles are gone. And they're strangely only keeping the cinematics, which they've touched up just a little bit. I mean, I get that most of the stuff in the War of the Lions either falls under broken or stupid, but you should at least keep the broken stuff because it was useful and fun. You know, just let our generics be Dark Knights and have our Balthier and Tynar Rouge and we're good. And so this brings me full circle. This is why remasters suck. They've spent probably 3 years remastering this new title they're making, and they've neglected to add the most important content. For comparison, it took them 3 years from 1995 to 1998 to make the entirety of the original game. And this just polishes it in that time? What is going on? Am I going insane? You have so much potential, and you've wasted it to do essentially minor touch-ups. In the 3 years that you've spent remastering this game, you could have made a sequel or a prequel to the original, like everybody wanted. None of this, if this game sells good, then we'll do it. No, you should have had it ready to go right now. Look at the 2D side-scrolling Castlevania series. They've done pointless remasters for years now and haven't come out with a new one since 2008 Order of Ecclesia. This whole argument is invalid. Instead of messing with the existing game balance for all this time, why not add new jobs to balance things out? For example, axes and flails are heavily underutilized in this game. There's no real job that specializes in them. You only really see them late game in out-of-place squires. So why not add a berserker class or a Viking class that brings out axes and flails strength? You also don't see books used very often, since they didn't let us recruit Oran, so why not add a red or a blue mage to the game? This balances out weapon distribution and gives players actual new gameplay to have fun experimenting with. I think the problem with these ideas is that they require a little bit harder work, and it seems like A lot of these AAA companies these days don't want to put the effort in, and it's just sad to see. The good news is I like what I'm seeing with the 2025 sales. Expedition 33, a brand new original RPG, is selling just as many copies, if not more, than the established Final Fantasy RPGs, and Hollow Knight Silksong is selling way more than remastered Castlevania games. It goes to show people respect well-made games rich with content and new things to try. So my final message is this: as players, we have a right to demand more from these very expensive remastered titles. Let's shift away from the old and embrace the new. That's really all I've got to stick my neck out for today. I'm Video Game Turtle. It's a new channel here. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos get made. If not, I might disappear like the Final Fantasy Tactics sequels. Who knows? Thanks for sticking around until the end.